A 9-year roller coaster NFL career is finally seeing Geno Smith reach heights no one expected. This is the remarkable rise of Geno Smith. To understand the magnitude of his journey, we need to look back at how high Geno was once propped up, only to be torn down repeatedly. His story is one of persistence, setbacks, and a surprising resurgence that no one saw coming. Early college career and promise. Geno Smith began his football journey at West Virginia University, becoming the Mountaineers' starting quarterback as a sophomore, throwing for 2,763 yards and recording 24 touchdowns with just 7 interceptions. Modest to good numbers for a 19-year-old playing against seasoned college players. But these stats were only a baseline for what he would achieve in the following seasons. As a junior, Geno elevated his game dramatically, passing for 4,385 yards and throwing 31 touchdowns, while maintaining his interception count at 7. Those 1,622 additional yards and 7 more touchdowns signaled a meteoric rise. But it was his senior year where Geno truly shined, achieving his highest pass completion rate at 71.2%, surpassing 4,000 passing yards again and delivering an impressive 42 touchdowns against 6 interceptions. This consistent and bold improvement displayed that Geno wasn't just a college standout, but a prospect with serious NFL aspirations. His offensive coordinator at West Virginia, Shannon Dawson, spoke highly of Geno's temperament, saying he never sensed any diva behavior or entitlement. Instead, Geno was a focused athlete who watched too much film because he was determined to excel. This insight into his character paints a picture of a determined football mind more interested in mastery of the game than fame or flash. Geno wanted nothing more than to prove himself on the NFL stage, and he was more than ready to take on that challenge when the opportunity arrived. This early part of Geno's career sets the foundation for understanding the height of his potential and the grit that fueled his rise. His college years were more than just stats on a sheet. They were a preview of the fight and focus that would define his professional career. Draft day and initial NFL challenges. Despite Geno Smith's impressive college career, the NFL draft didn't go as many expected. Geno wasn't picked in the first round, a snub that shocked fans and analysts alike. Only one quarterback was selected in the first round that year, E.J. Manuel, who was picked 16th overall by the Bills and later retired. Geno, on the other hand, was drafted 39th overall by the New York Jets, pushing him further down than many believed he deserved. This wake-up call fired Geno up immediately. He took bold steps by firing his agents, signaling a fresh start and a renewed focus on proving the doubters wrong. He didn't shy away from the media either, launching a fierce defense against critics who questioned his talent and readiness. His offensive coordinator back in college, Shannon Dawson, stood firmly behind him, predicting a long career ahead and praised his determination to work hard. The Jets also viewed this situation as a hidden blessing. Had Geno been a top 5 pick, some believed he might not have developed the fire and resilience that now define his approach. Once drafted, Geno embraced the challenge, determined to justify the Jets' decision. However, the NFL is unforgiving. As a rookie, Geno had to start every game, which was a huge responsibility for a young quarterback. He managed to throw for over 3,000 yards, but the 21 interceptions overshadowed his achievements. This uneven start was a clear signal that the journey ahead would be anything but smooth. Still, the Jets stuck with him, offering a rare second chance. Geno's initial NFL trials were tough, and the pressure was immense, but his motivation to prove himself was stronger than ever. This early phase set the tone for a career full of ups and downs, where perseverance became his greatest asset. Rookie season struggles and second chances. Geno started all games his rookie year, throwing over 3,000 yards, but also 21 interceptions, red flags for any quarterback. Yet, rather than ending his career, the Jets gave him a second chance. Though his production barely improved and conflict with then-coach Rex Ryan grew intense. In his second season, Geno played 14 games but lost 10, with his completion percentage up slightly to just under 40%. He threw as many touchdowns as interceptions, 13 each, showing some balance but little real progress. The lack of improvement led to Geno being benched and sidelined, sparking a feud between him and Rex Ryan. Ryan publicly expressed that he didn't want Geno playing quarterback for him, a statement that Geno found deeply upsetting, especially since he and the team had worked hard to save Ryan's job previously. Geno responded by fiercely defending his talents and criticizing Ryan, even calling him a snake and saying he should have been fired after 1 year. This rocky period in Geno's career was marked by public clashes and doubts about his future in the NFL. Despite the challenges, Geno refused to give up, viewing the setbacks as part of the business and rolling with the punches as best he could. The Jets' decision to give Geno another shot instead of cutting him loose was a rare second chance in professional sports, but one that came with high pressure and scrutiny. This phase set the stage for the resilience Geno would need to eventually revive his career and prove his doubters wrong. The feud with Rex Ryan. The relationship between Geno Smith and Rex Ryan quickly turned sour, creating one of the most public and tense feuds in recent NFL history. Ryan openly expressed doubts about Geno's ability to be his starting quarterback, stating in interviews that he didn't want Geno playing for him. This public declaration was a huge blow, considering Geno had helped save Ryan's job in the previous seasons. Geno didn't stay silent, firing back on social media by calling Ryan snake and claiming he should have been fired after just 1 year. The conflict highlighted the deep frustration Geno felt, not just about his performance, but how he was being treated and undervalued. Their feud became symbolic of the struggles Geno faced early in his career, stuck in a battle for respect and opportunity. Both men, fiercely competitive, clashed over leadership and vision for the team, with blame being tossed around as losses piled up. This public drama seemed to add even more pressure on Geno, yet also fueled his determination to prove doubters wrong. While many thought Geno's career would falter due to this turmoil, he kept pushing, focusing on improving his skills and mindset. The feud with Rex Ryan remains a defining chapter in Geno Smith's journey, illustrating the harsh realities of the NFL and the resilience required to overcome them. Years on the bench and career low point. After losing his starting job, Geno Smith spent 4 long seasons mostly sidelined across different teams, throwing an average of just 1.5 passes per game, a stark contrast to his once promising career. During this time, he appeared in only a handful of games, with very limited opportunities to showcase his talent or regain his form. This period was seen by many as the lowest point of his professional journey, as the NFL and fans alike seemed to have written him off as a relevant player. Despite the setbacks, Geno remained patient and ready, demonstrating a quiet resilience away from the spotlight. This stretch tested his dedication and resolve, pushing him to prove that he was far from finished. Although the opportunities were scarce, Geno's commitment didn't waver, and he used this time to learn, adapt, and prepare for the next chance. Those years on the bench were more than just a lull. They were a crucible shaping the player who would eventually rise again. It's a reminder that careers aren't always a straight path, and sometimes the darkest moments set the stage for the brightest comebacks. Come back with the Seattle Seahawks. After years spent mostly on the sidelines, Geno Smith's opportunity finally arrived when he signed with the Seattle Seahawks. Initially a backup to star quarterback Russell Wilson, Geno saw limited action, playing in just 5 games and starting 3. But even with limited opportunities, his performance was notable. He completed 68.4% of his passes, threw for 702 yards, and added 5 touchdowns against only 1 interception. This showing proved that Geno could protect the football and make smart decisions, qualities that earned him another year with Seattle. When Wilson was traded before the next season, the door opened for Geno to compete for the starting quarterback job. Against all odds, Geno won the starting role, taking charge of a Seahawks team heading into a rebuilding phase. His leadership changed the mood of a squad expected to struggle, leading Seattle to an unexpected 4-3 record early in the season. But it wasn't just wins. Geno's play caught the eye of critics and fans alike. He posted a career-best 73.5 completion percentage, putting him in elite company among NFL quarterbacks. His accuracy tops stars like Matthew Stafford, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, and Patrick Mahomes. Geno also scored 11 touchdowns, continuing to prove his value on the field. This comeback season stands as a testament to resilience, showing that a player written off by many can still rise to the top. Geno Smith has gone from overlooked backup to one of the most efficient quarterbacks in the league, all because he never gave up on his dream. Geno's surprising resurgence. Signing with Seattle as a backup to Russell Wilson, Geno Smith finally saw a chance to prove himself, and he didn't waste it. Despite limited playtime over previous seasons, he stepped into the spotlight and delivered performances that caught everyone off guard. His passing completion percentage climbed into the high 60s, specifically 68.4% from 95 attempts, showing precision and poise many didn't expect. He threw for 702 yards, a significant leap compared to his sporadic appearances in earlier years, and showcased remarkable ball security with 5 touchdowns and only 1 interception. When Russell Wilson was traded, it opened a door that Geno was ready to walk through. Competing against other quarterbacks, mostly known as backups, he won the starting job for the Seahawks in a season where expectations were low. Against all odds, Geno transformed the moods of fans and teammates alike, leading Seattle to a 4-3 start when few thought they had a chance at a winning record. His completion percentage hit an astonishing 73.5%, an elite number almost unheard of for someone with his past struggles. To put this in perspective, he was performing more accurately than some of the biggest names in the league, including Matthew Stafford, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, and Patrick Mahomes. Beyond numbers, Geno Smith's resurgence is about perseverance. After years of being benched and doubted, he's proving that dedication and resilience can rewrite a career. His 11 touchdowns this season so far hint at a potential breakthrough that no one predicted. This unexpected rise is rewriting the narrative around him, not just as a former backup, but as a quarterback who's flying high in the NFL's golden age. Geno Smith's surprising resurgence isn't just a comeback story. It's a statement that sometimes the biggest leaps come when least expected. Legacy and future prospects. Geno Smith's journey from overlooked draft pick and bench warmer to an elite NFL quarterback is inspiring. Challenging the usual assumptions about potential and redemption in the high-stake world of football, his story shows that setbacks don't have to define a career and that perseverance can lead to remarkable comebacks. As the current season unfolds, Geno is not just playing. He's redefining what it means to rise from the depths. His accuracy and leadership have put him in conversations alongside some of the NFL's best quarterbacks. But the big questions remain. How far can Geno go from here? Can he continue this unprecedented surge and become a true MVP contender? And will he lead the Seattle Seahawks deep into the playoffs? Many see his story as a beacon of hope for young athletes facing their own challenges. A reminder that talent combined with relentless work ethic can overcome doubt and criticism. Geno's legacy is still being written in a league where careers can be fleeting. His resurgence adds a compelling chapter about courage and opportunity. Fans and analysts alike are watching closely, wondering if this chapter is just the beginning of a new era for Geno Smith. The transformation from a criticized young talent to a leading figure resonates far beyond football, inspiring anyone who's ever been underestimated or faced long odds. Geno Smith's future isn't just about stats or wins. It's about proving that with grit and heart, the impossible can become reality. As the story continues to unfold, one thing is clear: Geno's legacy will be defined not by where he started, but by how high he's willing to fly. Geno Smith's rise is a fascinating example of perseverance and transformation in the NFL. From harsh setbacks to surprising success, his story is far from over. The journey from being overlooked in the draft to facing public criticism and years of limited playtime, and now shining as one of the most accurate and efficient quarterbacks, is nothing short of remarkable. Geno's story challenges the usual narratives about potential and redemption in professional sports, showing that with determination and resilience, no setback is final. His resurgence not only inspires young athletes, but also reshapes how teams and fans view perseverance. The questions now are larger than ever. How far can Geno go? Can he keep up this level and become an MVP candidate? Will he lead the Seahawks back to the playoffs and beyond? Whatever happens next, Geno Smith has already proven that with heart and hard work, unexpected comebacks are possible. His journey reminds us all that sometimes the greatest victories come after the toughest struggles, and that no one should count anyone out too soon. As the NFL continues to watch his rise, fans everywhere are left wondering, what is next for Geno Smith? Only time will tell, but one thing is clear. This is a story worth following, and Geno's comeback has only just begun.